Welcome to our Sunday Tribute. This week, we honor the legendary wrestlers we've lost in recent years, reflecting on their profound contributions to the world of wrestling. Their impact remains strong, and their legacies inspire us all. We'll also address some somber news about Randy Orton, whose recent developments have deeply affected many fans. Join us as we celebrate their remarkable lives through heartfelt tributes and cherished memories. Subscribe to stay connected and ensure their inspiring stories continue to resonate. Louis Spicolli, born on February 10, 1971, in Los Angeles, California, was a dynamic and memorable professional wrestler whose career, though tragically brief, left an indelible mark on the wrestling world. Known for his charismatic presence, infectious energy, and wide range of in-ring abilities, Spicolli quickly earned recognition during the 1990s. He showcased his talents in several major promotions, including the World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, where he would go on to build a legacy. Spicolli's wrestling journey began in the late 1980s, as he honed his craft in smaller, regional promotions before ascending to the grander stages of the wrestling industry. From the outset, it was clear that Spicolli had a natural flair for engaging with the audience, using his impeccable comedic timing and exaggerated character work to leave lasting impressions. His ability to combine humor with skill set him apart from many of his peers, and he quickly became a crowd favorite, even when playing antagonistic roles. His time in WCW cemented his place in wrestling history, where he joined the infamous New World Order, NWO. As a member of this iconic faction, Spicolli found himself at the center of several compelling storylines, often delivering performances that balanced both seriousness and comedic relief. His tenure in WWF also brought memorable moments, including matchups with some of the biggest names in the industry. Tragically, Spicolli's promising career was cut short when the official cause of, was acute drug intoxication, which was linked to a combination of painkillers and other substances. His passing stunned the wrestling world, as many had seen him as a rising star with immense potential. Despite his brief time in the spotlight, Louis Spicolli's contributions to wrestling, particularly his memorable matches and distinct characters, have ensured his place in the hearts of fans and colleagues alike. Sarah Lee, born on June 7, 1992, in Hope Township, Michigan, was an American professional wrestler and television personality, best known for her time in WWE. She gained significant recognition as a contestant on WWE's reality competition show, Tough Enough, in 2015. Lee's determination, athleticism, and charismatic personality stood out among the other contestants, ultimately leading her to win the competition. This victory earned her a WWE contract and a promising start to her wrestling career. During her time in WWE, Lee competed under the ring name Sarah Lee. She quickly became known for her athleticism and positive attitude, earning the admiration of fans and colleagues alike. While she primarily wrestled in developmental promotions like NXT, she made occasional appearances on the main roster, contributing to the growing women's division. Lee's connection with fans was not only based on her in-ring abilities, but also on her genuine, down-to-earth personality, making her a fan favorite. Tragically, Sarah Lee's life took an unexpected and heartbreaking turn when her was met with shock and disbelief from the wrestling community and her fans. The cause of was later revealed to be a combination of complications related to a recent battle with an undisclosed illness and possible underlying health issues. Reports indicated that she had been dealing with postpartum depression following the birth of her second child, which may have played a role in her passing. Sarah Lee's left an indelible mark on the wrestling world, with many paying tribute to her legacy and the positive influence she had on those around her. Her journey from Tough Enough champion to a beloved figure in WWE serves as a testament to her talent, resilience, and the lasting impact she made in a short time. Bray Wyatt, born Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda on May 23, 1987, was a groundbreaking American professional wrestler whose legacy will forever be etched in the annals of WWE history. Renowned for his unparalleled ability to weave complex, psychologically intense characters and captivating narratives, Wyatt's career captivated millions of fans worldwide. Tragically, at just 36 years old, his life was cut short in August 2023 due to a heart-related issue, believed to have been exacerbated by a previous bout with COVID-19. Wyatt had been dealing with a range of health complications, including post-COVID heart problems, which led to his untimely leaving the wrestling world in shock and mourning. Wyatt first emerged in WWE in 2010, initially performing under his real name and in various tag team roles. But it wasn't until he reinvented himself as the leader of the Wyatt family that he truly left an indelible mark. His character, a twisted Southern Gothic figure wrapped in horror, mysticism, and psychological torment, became a fan favorite. With his eerie, lantern-lit entrances and cryptic promos, Wyatt cultivated an atmosphere of mystery that transcended traditional wrestling storytelling. His work in the Firefly Funhouse, a dark, surreal segment that juxtaposed childlike innocence with sinister undertones, is often cited as one of his most innovative and creative contributions to wrestling television. Wyatt's in-ring accomplishments were just as impressive. A three-time world champion, he captured both the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship, demonstrating his ability to dominate in the ring while captivating audiences with his magnetic presence. However, it was his storytelling, his capacity to evoke emotion and provoke thought, that truly solidified his place as one of wrestling's most compelling figures. Fans and peers alike continue to honor Bray Wyatt's memory, as his artistry and visionary contributions to wrestling remain an enduring inspiration. Scott Hall, born on October 20, 1958 in St. Mary's County, Maryland, was an iconic American professional wrestler, best known for his larger-than-life persona and profound influence on the wrestling industry. Hall rose to fame in the early 1990s in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, under the ring name Razor Ramon. His portrayal of a suave Latino character, complete with a distinct Cuban accent, quickly made him a fan favorite. Hall's finishing move, the Razor's Edge, became one of the most recognized in wrestling history. In 1996, Hall's career reached new heights when he, along with Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan, formed the revolutionary faction known as the New World Order, NWO, in World Championship Wrestling, or WCW. The formation of the NWO transformed professional wrestling, marking the beginning of the infamous Monday Night Wars between WCW and WWF. Hall's role in the NWO was pivotal, and his contributions helped redefine the industry, solidifying him as a major figure in the wrestling boom of the 1990s. Despite his success in the ring, Hall struggled with personal demons, including substance abuse, which affected both his career and health. Over the years, his battles with addiction were well documented, but he eventually sought help and made efforts toward recovery. His friends and fellow wrestlers, including Diamond Dallas Page, played a significant role in supporting his rehabilitation. On March 14, 2022, Scott Hall due to complications from hip replacement surgery. The surgery, which was intended to address issues from a fall, led to complications, including a heart attack, and Hall was placed on life support. His was a significant loss to the wrestling world, but his legacy endures, remembered not only for his in-ring prowess, but also for his contributions to the evolution of professional wrestling. John Barber, born on April 25, 1938, is remembered as a distinguished figure in the world of professional wrestling, known for his undeniable charisma and technical prowess. With a career spanning several decades, Barber made a significant impact on the wrestling landscape, not only for his in-ring skills, but also for his enduring influence behind the scenes. Beginning his career in the late 1950s, he quickly gained recognition in regional wrestling circuits across the United States and Canada, where his versatility and in-ring intelligence set him apart from his peers. Barber's breakout years came during his time with the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, where he gained widespread popularity. His technical expertise, combined with his larger-than-life personality, made him a fan favorite. His ability to tell compelling stories through his matches allowed him to engage audiences, cementing his legacy in an era when wrestling was as much about character development as it was about athleticism. Over the years, he faced off against some of the most iconic wrestlers of the time, including legends like Ric Flair and Harley Race, with whom he shared the ring in some of the most memorable bouts of the 1970s and 1980s. Beyond his wrestling career, Barber's contributions to the industry were far-reaching. He worked tirelessly behind the scenes, helping promote up-and-coming talent and ensuring that future generations of wrestlers had the guidance and mentorship they needed to succeed. His passion for the wrestling community was evident in his advocacy for training programs that would leave a lasting impact on the sport. Sadly, Barber was attributed to complications from long-term health issues related to his wrestling career, which had taken a toll on his body over the years. Nonetheless, his legacy endures, as his influence continues to inspire a new generation of wrestlers to follow in his footsteps, honoring both his technical excellence and his commitment to the future of the sport. Alan Coge, born on October 22, 1943 in New York City, was a professional wrestler and martial artist best known by his ring name, Bad News Allen. He gained recognition for his tough, no-nonsense persona and his formidable in-ring abilities, which left a lasting impact on the world of professional wrestling. Coge began his career in the early 1970s, initially competing in various regional promotions. However, it was during his time in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, in the 1980s that he gained national prominence. As Bad News Allen, he became known for his brash and outspoken character, often engaging in intense rivalries with top wrestling stars. His persona was that of a hard-hitting, aggressive wrestler, which aligned with his tough, real-life athletic background. In addition to his wrestling career, Coge was an accomplished judoka. He represented Canada in judo at the 1976 Summer Olympics, showcasing his skills in martial arts on the international stage. His expertise in judo greatly influenced his wrestling style, blending grappling techniques with striking abilities to create a unique in-ring presence. Despite his success in the ring, Coge's life was marked by personal struggles. He battled health issues later in life, and in 2007, the cause was complications from a long-standing heart condition, which had been worsened by his health challenges over the years. Coge's passing was a significant loss to the wrestling community, but his contributions to the sport and his pioneering role in mixing martial arts with professional wrestling ensured that he is remembered as a key figure in wrestling history. His legacy remains intact through the memorable character he portrayed and the impact he made in the industry. Mae Young, born Mary Lillian Ellison on March 12, 1923, was a towering figure in the world of professional wrestling whose career spanned over an astonishing 7 decades. Known for her unparalleled longevity and unwavering resilience, she broke barriers and defied expectations, becoming a true pioneer in a male-dominated industry. Mae, leaving behind a legacy that forever shaped the landscape of women's wrestling. Young's wrestling journey began in the 1930s, a time when the sport was still in its infancy and female competitors were often overlooked or marginalized. Despite the challenges of being a woman in such a brutal and male-centric sport, Mae fearlessly made her mark. She competed in various promotions, showcasing not just her raw athleticism, but a charismatic personality that made her a fan favorite. Her exceptional wrestling skills were highlighted by her fearless attitude, as she regularly took on opponents of all sizes and backgrounds. Mae's determination led to her securing several prestigious titles, including the NWA World Women's Championship and the Women's Tag Team Championship, marking her as one of the most decorated female wrestlers of her time. Off the mat, Mae was a beloved mentor and a beacon for future generations of female wrestlers. She won her knowledge, dedication, and love for the sport to many up-and-coming stars, helping to lay the foundation for the more prominent role women would come to play in wrestling in the decades that followed. Her contributions were celebrated when she was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2008, cementing her place as a trailblazer. Mae's passing was a result of complications related to her health, and her was a sad but fitting end to the life of a woman who had given everything to the wrestling world. Her memory continues to be honored by fans and fellow wrestlers alike. Jesus Arias Villa, a young man from Salinas, California, left a lasting impression on everyone who crossed his path. Known for his vibrant personality and kind heart, Jesus stood at 178 centimeters and was celebrated for his infectious energy, which reflected his deep sense of compassion and loyalty to his friends and family. Born and raised in Salinas, he was firmly connected to his community, embracing its values of resilience, hard work, and unity. His passion for life and dedication to those around him were the hallmarks of his character. Throughout his life, Jesus exuded warmth and positivity, traits that made him a cherished figure to all who knew him. Friends and family fondly remember his bright smile, his ability to uplift others, and his eagerness to lend a helping hand. Whether offering words of encouragement or supporting those in need, he was always there for others, driven by a selfless desire to see people succeed. Jesus' kindness and generosity made him a dependable and loving presence in his community. Tragically, Jesus' life was cut short at the age of 22. He unexpectedly, leaving a significant void in the lives of his loved ones and the Salinas community. The cause was a fatal car accident which occurred on a local road late one evening. His untimely passing deeply impacted his family and friends, who continue to honor his memory. While his life was brief, the legacy he left behind is one of love, compassion, and the importance of living each day with purpose. Jesus Arias. Villa's spirit endures in the hearts of those who were touched by his kindness, a reminder of how precious life truly is. Randy Orton is a name synonymous with success in the world of professional wrestling. Over the span of 2 decades, the third-generation wrestler has become one of WWE's most celebrated and accomplished superstars. With a career that includes multiple world championships, a reputation for being one of the most talented in-ring performers, and a legacy that extends beyond just his matches, Orton's impact on the industry is undeniable. However, what sets his story apart is the remarkable journey he's had, not just in terms of championships won, but in the face of incredible adversity stemming from his body's wear and tear. Orton's career has been marred by significant injuries, particularly those to his shoulders and back. These injuries, coupled with the demands of a physically intense job, have forced him to take time off from the ring on numerous occasions. From recurring shoulder dislocations to a major spinal injury in 2022, Orton's career has been marked by a continual battle with his own physical limits. This article will explore some of the most notable injuries Orton has suffered, the obstacles he's faced in his recovery, and the rumors and speculation that have surrounded his health status over the years. The early years. A promising career. Built on family legacy. Randy Orton's entry into the world of professional wrestling came as no surprise. The son of WWE Hall of Famer Bob Orton Jr. and the grandson of the legendary Bob Orton Sr., Randy had wrestling in his blood. His father and grandfather were both successful wrestlers, and Orton quickly learned the craft from an early age. He made his WWE debut in 2002 and, within a short period of time, established himself as one of the company's brightest young talents. Orton's rise to superstardom was rapid, with the Legend Killer persona making him one of the most feared and respected wrestlers in WWE history. From the outset, Orton's wrestling style was a combination of agility, strength, and technical prowess. His athleticism and ability to execute high-impact moves, like his RKO finisher, captivated fans. However, the very style that contributed to his success also led to the physical toll that would become a defining feature of his career. Chronic shoulder injuries, a lingering problem. One of the most persistent and troubling injuries Orton has faced throughout his career has been to his shoulders. As early as 2002, shortly after his debut, Orton began experiencing issues with his shoulders. Dislocations were a recurring theme in his career, with each injury being more problematic than the last. His shoulder issues were largely attributed to the hypermobility of his joints, which made him more susceptible to such injuries. The first major shoulder issue occurred in 2002, when Orton suffered a severe dislocation. The injury forced him to take a break from the ring, and although he eventually returned to action, shoulder problems would continue to plague him for the foreseeable future. In 2010, during a match against Edge at the Over the Limit pay-per-view, Orton dislocated his shoulder once again. This injury was particularly concerning for both Orton and the WWE medical staff, as it forced him to take a significant amount of time off to recover. In an effort to prevent further shoulder dislocations, Orton underwent surgery to stabilize his shoulder. The procedure was somewhat effective, but it didn't completely eliminate the risk of re-injury. In 2015, after years of dealing with recurring shoulder issues, Orton once again underwent surgery. This time, it was even more serious, as it required a more complex procedure to address the damage. Once again, Orton found himself on the sidelines, missing months of action. Despite the severity of the injury, Orton remained determined to come back stronger than ever. At one point during his recovery, WWE doctors advised Orton to consider stepping away from wrestling altogether. This was a devastating recommendation for a wrestler who had dedicated his life to the sport. However, Orton refused to give in. His dedication to rehabilitation, combined with his unwavering commitment to the business, fueled his determination to return to the ring. After months of recovery and physical therapy, Orton made a successful comeback, silencing critics and proving that his will to succeed could overcome even the most severe setbacks. Back issues and the spinal injury of 2022. As troubling as his shoulder problems were, Orton's back injuries have proven to be even more serious. Back issues are a significant concern for any professional wrestler, as the spine is central to the body's overall function and strength. In Orton's case, his back issues reached a critical point in 2022. In late 2022, Orton suffered a significant spinal injury that threatened to end his career. Reports emerged that Orton had been diagnosed with cervical cord neuropraxia, a condition that affects the spinal cord and can cause symptoms like numbness, weakness, and severe pain. This injury was particularly alarming because it raised concerns about the long-term health of Orton's spine and his ability to continue wrestling. For a wrestler like Orton, whose in-ring style relies on high-impact moves and taking risks, a spinal injury is one of the most serious things that can happen. Spinal injuries have ended the careers of many professional athletes, and there were real concerns that Orton would be forced to retire due to the severity of his condition. To address the issue, Orton underwent a major spinal fusion surgery in late 2022. Spinal fusion is a serious procedure that involves fusing two or more vertebrae together in order to provide stability to the spine. This type of surgery is typically reserved for athletes whose injuries are too severe to be treated with less invasive methods. Given the nature of the injury, it was unclear if Orton would ever be able to return to the ring, as spinal fusion surgeries often spell the end of a wrestler's career. Recovery and hope for a return. Following his surgery, Orton's recovery has been closely monitored by WWE's medical staff and independent doctors. He has undergone extensive physical therapy in an attempt to regain full mobility and strength. The road to recovery has been a long and difficult one, but Orton has remained optimistic about his future. His rehab has focused on restoring his back strength, which will be crucial if he hopes to make a successful return to wrestling. Despite the severity of the injury, Orton has not ruled out the possibility of making a comeback. While there were initial fears that his career was over, reports in 2023 suggested that Orton's recovery was progressing well. In fact, WWE officials have hinted that Orton might one day return to the ring, although no official timeline has been set for his return. Rumors and speculation, the truth behind the headlines. Throughout Orton's recovery, numerous rumors have circulated about his health and future in WWE. Some have suggested that Orton's injury was more serious than initially reported and that he may never be able to wrestle again. Other rumors have implied that Orton may be dealing with additional, undisclosed injuries that are keeping him out of action. One of the most persistent rumors surrounding Orton's health has been the idea that he is secretly dealing with nerve damage, which could lead to paralysis if he continues wrestling. While it is true that Orton's cervical cord neuropraxia involves nerve complications, no credible medical sources have confirmed that he is at risk of permanent paralysis. WWE's strict medical clearance process ensures that no superstar is allowed to return to the ring unless they are fully fit to compete. In 2023, there were also reports that WWE officials had advised Orton against returning to action due to concerns about his long-term health. While these reports raised questions about Orton's future, those close to him have been quick to clarify that Orton has continued his rehabilitation with the goal of returning to the ring. His father, Bob Orton Jr., has spoken publicly about Orton's recovery, acknowledging the seriousness of the injury but also expressing confidence that his son has the determination and physical strength to return when the time is right. What's next for Randy Orton? As of now, Orton's future in WWE remains uncertain. The wrestling world is waiting with bated breath to see if one of its biggest stars can make a full recovery and return to the ring. However, given the severity of his injury and the nature of spinal fusion surgery, WWE will not rush Orton's return. The company will likely take a cautious approach, ensuring that Orton is fully cleared by medical professionals before he steps back into the ring. If Orton does make a comeback, it's likely that WWE will adjust his wrestling schedule to ensure his safety. This could mean a lighter schedule, fewer high-impact matches, and possibly a change in his wrestling style to minimize strain on his back. WWE has allowed other wrestlers who have faced similar injuries, such as Edge and Daniel Bryan, to return after spinal issues, thanks to advances in medical science and rehabilitation techniques. Orton could follow in their footsteps, but it will depend on his recovery and whether he can safely compete again. A legacy of perseverance. Regardless of whether or not Orton returns to the ring, his legacy in professional wrestling is already secure. Orton has endured some of the most severe injuries in WWE history, yet he has always found a way to recover and continue his career. His contributions to the industry are undeniable, from his incredible in-ring skills to his unforgettable feuds and moments with some of the biggest names in wrestling history. Orton's journey is a testament to resilience, determination, and the will to keep fighting no matter the obstacles. His career has been marked by triumphs, setbacks, and a constant drive to overcome adversity. Whether he returns to the ring or not, Orton's legacy will live on, and he will always be remembered as one of the greatest to ever step foot inside the squared circle. In the end, Randy Orton's story is one of strength, both physically and mentally. He has faced challenges that would have ended the careers of many others, but he continues to stand tall. His legacy as a wrestler and as a symbol of perseverance will forever be etched in WWE history.